Bangarang Rufio. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Lost Boys Gaming. As you know, it is June, which is typically E3 season, which means Nintendo Directs, Xbox showcases, PlayStation presents, and much, much more. And we are just waiting now for a Nintendo Direct to be announced, and it may seem that one just leaked. Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everybody. Like I said, today we are talking Nintendo Direct leaks. Before we hop into that though, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you're kept up to date with everything going on here at Lost Boys Gaming. We're going to continue bringing you guys the latest as we get it. Now, as I said, we are talking Nintendo Direct leaks, which may indicate that we are actually getting something from them as soon as just a few days from now. So if we head over to 4chan, I believe is where this was posted, so get those tinfoil hats ready. Take this with a grain of salt. I'm not going to say these are true. I'm not going to say they're wrong. You gotta take everything with a little bit of salt. There probably is some truth in this, as it does have a lot of what I would call cookie cutter guesses, very safe guesses. So in some things that are kind of out there. So let's hop into what this Direct is supposedly leaking. So first off, we do see that it says Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Wave 2 will be hitting in June. That's a very, very safe guess. The timing is probably the only thing that you could think of that might not be, but we've been waiting a little bit of time, and we do know that we've got a ton more of these waves to hit. So that is something that I would be very surprised to not see in a Direct. We've got Mario Strikers character update announcement. Now, this is only coming out this week, so this Direct is saying that it's going to be coming on the 8th of June, which is Tuesday, and the game drops Friday. So it doesn't make sense to me to have an update. Maybe we do, I guess. Maybe they let the game drop first, or maybe they, in order to try to help boost sales, they say, hey, these games are coming, or there may be a day one patch or something like that. So I could see something like that, I guess, but we'll have to keep our eye on that. That's also a pretty safe bet, though, I would think. And the next is a Mario Party Superstars board update, which would hit in October. I've been asking for this for forever. I think that Mario Party Superstars is probably one of the best Mario Party experiences. The only problem is that Nintendo is light on the content as usual with some of these games. Now, that's my one big gripe with this, is that there's just not enough content. We've got 100 mini games, which actually feels not quite like 100 as you play enough that you kind of get the same mini games enough times. And especially with only 5 boards, I think that they've got to up that. So that's something that I would love to see personally, is an update for that. A Nintendo Switch update for penalty mode in June. Not sure what this means. I would think this is probably with the soccer mode, maybe like a penalty shootout, something like that. Other trailers for popular games. Splatoon 3 trailer. This is all new, so they're saying we're going to get another Splatoon 3 trailer, which I think is very likely with this game dropping in September. They need to update that. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 story trailer, a Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hope story trailer, and a Bayonetta The New Evil trailer scheduled for October 28th. So they're saying Bayonetta 3 will get a release date of the 28th. We're going to get some new trailers for Xenoblade Chronicles, Bayonetta 3, and Fire Emblem's Warriors. Hopefully we do hear a little bit more about those, especially with Xenoblade Chronicles launching in July, so we're just about a month-ish out from that. Fire Emblem's Warriors, if I'm not mistaken, comes out this month, so whether or not that happens, I could see them dropping something a little. I wouldn't expect it to be anything too crazy with how soon that comes out. Now, those are all kind of my cookie cutter examples. Those are all things that we already know are kind of coming. Aside of Mario Party Superstars DLC, I think those are all very, very safe guesses. And even the DLC, I think, is a very safe guess. But now we're getting into some of the territory of things that might not be quite as safe, as if that's the right word to say. So they're saying the news for the Legend of Zelda series. Now, as we talked about a couple of days ago on the channel, maybe it's been about a week now, they're saying Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons will get announced. And that is going to be planned for November 11th. So that's an interesting, they're not saying Wind Waker or Twilight Princess. They are saying Oracle of Ages or Oracle of Seasons. this is an interesting release timing, in my opinion. They're saying this is the week before Pokemon. I'm not sure if, I don't know how Nintendo likes to structure those. I don't know if a lot of people would pick those games up per se if they're waiting for Pokemon. I don't know if it's a different enough fan base, or even if these games are kind of obscure Zelda titles. Even I feel like they were on, if I'm not mistaken, the Game Boy Advance. So these are some older games. The Game Boy Advance games, they're not your 3D Zelda games. They're a top-down Zelda, which don't always sell as well. So I personally think that if they do announce something, I think that we will get Twilight Princess and Wind Waker before we get Oracle of Ages. It makes more sense, in my opinion. It's an easier port. They just got to make it able to be played on the Switch. They've already got everything for the Wii U, and we've seen so many Wii U games get ported that I think those are a quicker and easier game for them to bring over. But I guess we have to see. They're also saying that we will get a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. I don't know if we get a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 this direct. I don't even know if they mentioned Breath of the Wild 2. With it having already been delayed to spring 2023, I don't know if they even mentioned Breath of the Wild. I think that maybe they kind of keep their cards kind of tucked to their chest here. I don't think that they necessarily will reveal anything with Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe they give us a release date specific. They're saying that March 2023, so maybe we do get a window outside of just spring 2023. But I'm not sure if I'm not all in, I guess is the right word. I'm not all in on a trailer for Breath of the Wild 2 at this time. And they're also saying in this part of this, they're going to have Breath of the Wild 2 and Oracle of Ages / Seasons amiibos released at the same time as the game. So that would be kind of interesting to see. Again, I'm not of the proponent that we will see anything for Breath of the Wild 2. If we do, I think maybe we just get a window, a tighter window for a release date, maybe a month. So we'll have to keep our eye out on that. Now, they also continued with some news from Super Mario series. They're saying a new trailer for the Super Mario movie. I don't think we're going to get that either. I think with that having been delayed to April, I don't think that they show us anything for the Super Mario movie quite yet. I think maybe they wait till later in the fall, maybe at the September Direct, but I don't think that they do anything there. A new Donkey Kong game, King K. Rool, Donkey Kong The King Returns, plans for spring 2023. Now this could be interesting. I think that there has been a lot of rumors floating around about a new Donkey Kong game. When is it going to hit? I remember last E3, there was a lot of talk about Donkey Kong getting a revamp. Didn't get anything at the Nintendo Direct during E3. Didn't get anything in the September Direct. I think that we probably will hear something about Donkey Kong. I'm not sure if it is The King Returns. I don't know if it's a 3D platformer. I don't know if it's a side-scrolling platformer, or what the theory or what the game may actually look like for Donkey Kong going forward. But I do think that Donkey Kong needs something soon, and I think that this might be the time at this June Direct for a new Donkey Kong game to be announced. And we also have heard about a lot of teams working on Donkey Kong, specifically the team that worked on Mario Odyssey working on a Donkey Kong game. So if this has been kind of in the works for about the last year since we kind of heard rumblings of this, I think now is the time to announce that. So I think that we could definitely see a new Donkey Kong game announced. Next, we also, going through, it says that we'll have a new announcement for 3-4 Switch out in September, and a Metroid Prime HD remake released on October 7th, and Metroid Prime 4 with a new trailer planned for 2023. So we have heard rumors of a Switch 1-2 sequel. Now, I don't know if it's going to be named Switch or 3-4 Switch, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a Switch 1-2 sequel announced. This would be something that's kind of funny to me. I'm not sure how well that game sold. I think if it did sell well, it's only because it was a launch game for the Switch, similar to like what Wii Sports was for the Wii. So if anything, I think you might get something from there. But I don't know if we'll see something for this. But yes, I have heard, and there has been a lot of rumors about a Switch 1-2 sequel being released. So that's not out of the realm of possibility. Metroid Prime HD being announced would be awesome. Again, this is a game that we have had a lot of rumors for. Emily Rogers specifically saying that she knows that this game is pretty much done, and whether or not we are going to get just Metroid Prime or if we are going to get the entire trilogy would be awesome. I would hope that we get the entire trilogy. I would be okay with just Prime 1, to be honest. I never got to play those games on the GameCube. I've watched playthroughs, I've played snippets, but I've never actually played through the whole thing myself. So I'm hopeful that we'll get those games, and at least the first to be able to play through. I loved Metroid Dread. We were rocking Metroid Dread today. I've played a lot of the side-scrolling Metroid, so I'm excited to try to get into one of the Prime games, hopefully here on the Nintendo Switch this year. Metroid Prime 4, though, that's a little bit more dicey. We haven't heard anything from this game in a very, very long time, since they've kind of re-scrapped a lot of it, it feels like. So it will be interesting to see what they end up doing with Metroid Prime 4, whether or not this is anything that they actually announce now, or if it's something that we get later on. I think it's going to be exciting to see, but hopefully in the meantime we do at least get Metroid Prime HD. Now, like I said, these are leaks, supposed leaks. Take this with a grain of salt. Whether or not we actually get something announced this week, I do think that we get something announced very, very soon, though, whether it's this week or next. A lot of the things that I have been seeing and hearing about has been the 14th, so next week. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that Nintendo surprise drops an announcement on Monday morning saying, hey, there's a Direct coming on Tuesday. So keep your eyes out for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and like this video so you're kept up to date with everything going on. And we're going to make sure we bring you the latest news about a Nintendo Direct as soon as we hear it. I appreciate you guys watching this. Till next time, catch you later.